It's Meltdown Tuesday, and we're going to try not to. LeBron James, this is your 7th time in the NBA Finals. You're 2-4, and you might as well already be 2-5. That's what you're about to be. The Golden State Warriors up 2-0, and it feels like a 4-0 lead in the NBA Finals right now. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have done nary a peep. They have scored 55 points between them in the first two games, and it hasn't mattered. Draymond Green's been very good. Sean Livingston's been excellent off the bench. And LeBron and the Cavs, terrible. Kevin Love, he may not be able to play Game 3. Kyrie Irving, he's been atrocious. And LeBron, you're not doing enough. Look, nobody's blaming you if you lose to Golden State, at least nobody with any common sense. But you've got to go out there and give a better performance than this. 19 points in Game 2. You've at least got to go out swinging. Give me 35 points and 8 rebounds. Give me 39 points and 12 assists. If you lose, you'll lose. Nobody's going to knock you if you're playing like that. But right now, you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. And quite frankly, you're moping around the court at times. Get a grip. Get out there. At least win a game. Don't get swept. Go play with some heart and get something done here in Cleveland. Now we turn our attention to the NFL and Aqib Talib, who got shot in a Dallas nightclub over the weekend. That's no laughing matter. However, the details coming out about what went on in that nightclub with Talib, very murky at best. And now Talib is quoted as saying that he is too intoxicated or was too intoxicated to remember what happened. How are you that drunk? You got shot. If that's not going to sober you up real quick, nothing ever will. Let's be honest about one thing. He knows exactly what happened that night. He may have been sloshed when he got shot, but believe me, he was sober and wide awake right afterwards. He needs to know better. This is not the first time Aqib Talib has been in trouble with the law. In fact, it's not the first time he's had gun issues. Back in his days when he played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he had all kinds of issues. That's one of the reasons he ended up with the New England Patriots. It needs to stop, and Talib needs to be held accountable. I don't know all the details and the facts. Neither does anybody at this point. But if it turns out, as some are speculating, that Talib shot himself in the leg accidentally, and apparently by his own words because he was so intoxicated, the NFL should step in and suspend him. I'm not advocating jail time like Plexico Burr's got because he had a firearm he was not supposed to have. We don't know if that was the case with Talib. But what we do know is Aqib Talib needs to have better judgment going forward. You, sir, are a grown man. Act like one. And finally, we turn to the NHL. The Stanley Cup Finals going on, but you probably didn't know that unless you're a hardcore hockey fan. Why? Because NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman does not do enough with selling the sport. There are no commercials. There are no endorsement deals for these players. You have huge stars. You have Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. You have Joe Thornton and Joel Pavelski. You have tremendous players. And yet nobody knows what's going on. You have a league where players grow their facial hair for months during the playoffs. How do you not have some kind of commercial with Gillette? What are you doing? This is a league that has a great product. The playoffs are the best playoffs in all of sports, and yet nobody is watching. Bettman will sit there and say the ratings are up. Yeah, the ratings are up and basically equivalent right now to the spelling bee. They should be better. Hockey's a great sport to watch. High definition has made it phenomenal on television, and yet nobody cares. Gary, get out there and sell the sport.